Hi, they're coming to focus. You're not audible. I cannot hear you.
Am I audible now?
Now you're audible. Good.
Yeah, there is an internet issue at my place. So,
Yeah, okay. The internet issue. Right. So you can see me now, right? Okay, so let's begin. Today we're going to deal with how to get successful in an interview. Okay. Can you tell me why we should learn about interviews?
we should learn about interviews is a very important process in everybody's life. So if you want to switch company, if you want to do some professional impact and you want to earn money, so you have to give interview. And if you are capable, if you pass that interview, then that firm will appoint you as a professional at their place. So that's the important thing for both for for a firm as well as the professional who want to give interview. And that's why it is the one of the most important process when you come from college to any other firm. You start your professional life, and you if you want to switch from one company to other company, then it's also very important thing to give interview. Not only professional, but there are so many places where you need to give interviews. So it's very helpful and it's very important thing in life.
If you know that, let's start it then. What we're going to do is interview role basically. And what kind of interview you want? Let's see if you can think about something.
Okay, any any type of interview.
Should it be computer related?
Yes, right. Will do.
Okay. So should it be like computer software engineering or hardware? What kind?
Software related.
Software
Software
engineering.
related.
Okay. So who is going to be playing the role of the interviewer and who is going to play the role of interviewee?
I'll play the role of interview, and you can play the role of interview.
Interviewer.
Yes.
Okay. Fine. So you're coming in for a job application for a software engineer.
Right.
Let's start from the beginning. Let's be serious about it.
Yes.
You're also on camera in their offices. We're going to pretend it that way. Okay, start.
May I come in, sir?
Yes, please come in. What's your name?
My name is Aditya, and
And what are you here for?
I'm here for software engineer position. I'm here for interview as a software engineer.
Okay, when did you apply with us?
I had applied. Uh, I had applied with. I had applied before. I had applied a week before, and I got call from HR. So I'm here to give interview.
Okay, please do. Come on in and tell me something about yourself.
Okay. My name is Aditya. I'm completed my computers from Mumbai University, and I did my first job in XYZ company, and I, I I completed my 3 years in that company. I Now I'm here to give interview.
See, but we need a resume. Can you give me a resume of yours?
Yes, yes, yes. Sure. This is my resume.
Okay, thank you. So you don't say yes, yes, yes there. You just try to say yes, sir, and just give your resume like this, nice and easy. Also, you stand straight and calm, only looking at them. Do not Look, everything here right now is dependent on that. Okay, so that's great. So this is your resume. Please take a seat and do not sit until they ask you to sit. This is just, respect of the elders, you can say, or respect of the bosses, or respect of the interviewer.
Right.
However, you say you may be going in for a higher position, but that is requirement number one. If somebody comes to your office, you also want full respect. So it's the same scenario. Okay, please take a seat.
Thank you,
And
sir.
okay, it says here you have worked for 3 years. What's this company's name?
This company is Kotak. And hello, am I audible?
Yeah, okay. Sorry, I didn't get what do they do? What kind of things do they make?
They are in securities. They are in share market. So uh, uh, my company's the main role is uh, they provide platform digital platform to buy share and sold them or buying or selling share. So actually it's a share market company which provide digital platform uh, to do share market things on at their home. Previously we used to go at share market and need to buy or sell our share at manual way, but from last 10-15 years we have digital platforms, and one of the digital platform is our, and we give those platform to personal who want to buy or sell their share uh, from remote location. So we are we are giving those platform, digital platform.
Yes, that is kind of related to our company, right? We
Yes.
also do similar work. Okay. All right. But before we continue with our interview, first of all, your eye contact must be always with the interviewer. Okay. Earlier, you were looking left and right, or you were thinking about words. So it's like no thinking of thoughts, like it has to be spontaneous. There is no second of thinking, etc. And secondly, your hands must be maintained below your shoulder level. Your visibility must have shoulder view if there is any sort of camera, or just in case. There are usually wall security cameras always looking at you, but they look at the whole picture. And like I said another time, the last time, the person can pretend that he's going to do some work, but is just actually going to show another boss your security footage. So at that time, you should be just standing or sitting still in your position, looking at
Right.
that blank chair which he or she has left behind. This is very important. This is also called part of the eye contact. So maintain eye contact with me or the camera at this moment. Like I said, yeah, this is related to our company's software engineering requirement, and you have 3 years of experience. Can you tell us what kind of things you do in programming or in software engineering?
So I I have expertise in various languages, but since last 3 years I work on C++, C and C++. So I have more expertise in C, C++, but I am flexible with any language because the logic is matters. So, uh, but I know more syntax about C and C++. So it's basically if we want to any if we want to uh, of establish any platform with any language, we have our vision about that, and if we want faster process or greater user experience or on you or UI related things, if we want attractive user interface. So according to users and according to our vision, we choose language. If we want to spend less amount on development, so there are so many criteria are there, and we choose our language platform depending on our our requirements. So in that category, I used to work with C++ and Visual Studio, which is Windows based development tool, and I work on those tools, and also I work on Linux as well. So Linux is open source tool. Linux is open source operating system, and we have so many development tools are there, and I VI tools are there. So I have experience on them also. Basically, I used to develop tool which is helpful to customer to sell or buy their share, and I use C++ and Visual Studio to develop that tool, that program, that digital platform.
What other languages do you use? Because we need somebody with multiple language ability.
Okay, so I had two, three projects on Python, one project on .NET, which is C Sharp .NET. I have done projects on Java Spring Boot, and last from last three projects I done on Node.js and JavaScript related stuff. So I have expertise in C++. Apart from that, I can code in Java, C Sharp, Python, and Node.js, JavaScript related languages. So that's it. I can code on any of this language, and if requirement is there, I need to learn any language, then I'm flexible about that. I can learn in few days and start developing tools on that.
Fantastic. So I think your requirements quite naturally fit our position's requirement, but I still want to know why you applied with us.
So your company's name is very good in market. So in custom, you have you have large customer base, and the services you provide are tremendously famous in uh, customers customers, and the rating and the employer which were work with the the employee experience with your company is great. I there are so many my colleagues are with your company, and the reviews I got from them is very good. And I'm at growing stage, and our company also is in growing stage. So I want to grow with your company. I want to learn so many things, and whatever I learn, I want to put that in, uh, uh, put those effort in your company, and give my inputs to grow, to grow with company. And that's why I applied for here. That's why I applied here.
What will you do for us? What is it exactly that you can do for us?
I can increase scalability of your tool. I have expertise in uh, network related communication. I, I did my projects on software programming also, in multi-threading also. So I can be a part of that team that can achieve time complexity, space complexity, that any tool or any process takes a lot of time. So I can work on that process, and I'll try to decrease process time. So I have experience on that. So I will put all efforts and try to uh, try to increase the efficiency of product. So I know that I'll give my 100% and I'll achieve that milestone.
It's fantastic. But before we continue again, once again, you have touched your face 3 times, and that is really not allowed in a real interview. So we want this to be like totally like a real one. So like touching your forehead or scratching your face or touching your hair, anything like that is disaster in an interview because it is a negative impression. You want to strictly maintain, because if you can't sit for a few minutes straight and talk, then you're not a professional person. The whole thing about professionalism is gone. There could be hours you're spending in front of the computer doing nothing. In a large company that happens. So they want to know that at that time you can sit peacefully and not cause any chaotic upset of any sort. Just sit in your position, do your own things, or whatever the company requirements are. So let's go back to the interview. Yeah, this looks very good that you can do all this, and you can also do the programming first. But I want to know what exactly you did in that position. What was your position again in that company?
I'm a software developer.
Software developer. So what exactly did you develop for them?
Actually, we have daily. I had I had done 3-4 projects there. I'll explain one by one. So first project I did that we have so many files. We have generated so many files at the end of the day at EOD. So the challenge is that we have 30-40 computers, and we generate files at single location, and the files amount is 120 or 130 files are there, and we need to move 3-4 files at particular name of files at particular server, particular computer. So we have 40 computers, 120 files, and the name of particular name of files are, we want to move from X location to that particular computer. So they gave me a task to they gave me a project to develop a tool, develop a exe. Uh, that exe will that program will read file name, and we have already database that these files where we need to move this file from that X location to that computer location, that computer IP is there. So I developed one application which reads the file name from database and IP name of computer, and the established network between that X location to that computer location, and start moving those files. And I give user interface for that. If someone want to move only X amount of files, they don't want to move all files. So there are checkbox, there are multiple hierarchies there. So I have given user interface also, and us that help user to check to check or uncheck any number of file or any number of IP address of computer to move those files. And I achieve this. I achieve 100% success in that project, and now we are using this tool at the end of the day. And as soon as those files are generated, we use this tool to move those files on particular computers, because there are 40 employees, 40 or 45 employees are there. They want X files to generate another report. So previously we did that. Previously we were doing that manually. So everybody connects that computer and try to search particular files and then download at their location. So all 40 employees engage at one time, and they want to search their files from location and then download, and that process takes too much time. I did that automation, and now within a 5 minutes, uh, I we managed to move all files at respected location. That's my first project, and because of that, we save about 20 to 30 minutes of each employee, and now they can focus on their work. So we got achievement to focus to shift focus from these process related things to the employee can use this time in their work. So this is my first project. After that, I did one share market related thing totally, that if user customers have their share and positions, share market in share market, they have their they buy share, they want to sell, there are IPOs, there are SAPs are there. So if any customer at there are intraday uh, intraday share market, there is intraday thing is there. So at 3 p.m. we need to sell. If some customer doing intraday type uh, stuff, then at 3 p.m. he needs to sell their share, because in intraday you have to buy share within a day, and you need to sell those share at the end of the day or in between day, but you can't hold those share for a longer period, for next day or for a longer period. So you need to sell those share at that day only. If you won't sell, then the responsibility of that digital platform, they will sell on behalf of you. So that automatic selling, I am a part of that automatic selling team. So I develop a tool which, if a customer don't want to sell or don't willing to sell their share because he thinks that the market is down, and I don't he thinks that he don't need to sell those share, but we can't do anything because market, the closing time is there, and we have to compulsory say, if he don't want to sell, but platform needs to sell his share. So I'm part of that team, and I develop a tool which fetches the all share related things of that particular customer at closing time, share market closing time, and we sell on behalf of him. And the logic behind that is very tedious, very business logic is very tremendous, because finance is there. We have to because in portfolio there are so many shares are there, so we need to check out those shares which are that day only. And so there are so many business logic, there are so many things are there, and we need to check all things and sell particular share of that customer with with respect to all with respect to all other uh, portfolio. So so I did that also. After that, I did two three more projects with my company, and those projects are also related like this. Those projects are also uh, they have also a lot of business logic and lot of coding related stuff. So that's it.
So were you working as a team or you were a standalone programmer there?
For first project, I there is no team. I am a standalone programmer. For second and third project, I am in team. I was in team. So second and third project I did with team. First is standalone.
So can you, we need all of that you just said for the programming of the shares and all that, but we also need reports. Like, will you be able to develop the report programs also?
I didn't get it.
We
Can you
will
repeat?
also need reports, like report programs and report applications. Will you be developing that also?
Reports. I
Like,
did documentation of
yeah,
all
like
projects.
documents, like what kind of shares are going where and how much sales are there, etc. On printout and those kind of reports.
Okay. So we actually, for that there is another team, the customer support or customer success team is there. They are doing all those customer and
I'm talking about the development of the reports. Can you develop applications that can produce the report
uh,
of all the
uh,
data that you have?
yes, I developed those such kind of project also, which can produce progress reports of or progress reports of customer, the data of customer, which share which share he was holding, and when we sold, when the company or the person sold those share. So I have built those projects also, which can give report in Excel or a CSV format, whichever format you want.
Okay, I want to know one more thing. Why you want to leave them?
I think that the I know that I 70 to 80% I know about all the process and all the things. So I thought that I am, and now I am stuck because there is nothing more to learn at that place, and I want to sorry I want to learn more things. And from last 1 to 2 months, I I I had those I had those feeling that I am not learning anything. Just feel like continuous doing same stuff. So I choose that I need to look out somewhere where I can get challenges, and I will complete those challenges. That's why I'm looking for a job change and some challenging work.
That's excellent. We have just the requirement for this thing. So I'm going to really definitely going to give you this offer. So I hope you really like it. But how soon can you begin? I'm going to give you this offer right now. Can you tell me how soon can you begin once I give you the offer?
Actually, I have 3 months of notice period, and I know that the it is very painful to stay to, what can I say, to 3 months. 3 months is long period, but any company to stop or to
Yeah,
stay.
yeah, it's 3 months, but I can cut it down to 1 month or 2 months
No,
maximum.
it's it.
Then I can do it.
Okay, okay. Now notice period is 3 months, and I'll try to do. I'll talk with HR and try to decrease this notice period up to 2 months, uh, and I will let you know when I'll join. But at least 2 months is there.
That is not a problem. You can definitely do that. Whether you join us in 2 months or 3 months, we will welcome you aboard right now. And we will make sure you're comfortable. You get an office and everything. So you're really welcome. Okay? All right.
Thank
So
you,
this interview is a success. Welcome,
thank you.
Adi. All right. So basically, that's how we're going to be doing in an interview. But you got to watch out for your steps and your movements. You have to be almost like in a still position and very less hand movement if possible, definitely below the shoulder line. Nothing above the shoulder should go there. It's overall fantastic anyways. So let's move on to our next part, which is grammar. Yes.
Yes, yes.
All right, let's get indulge ourselves straight into grammar. Why do grammar?
Grammar is important everywhere. You speak with grammar. Just you want to say something, that the grammar is there. So if just I said that grammar is soul of language, any language, and you if you want to use language, then you need to you need to learn about grammar, and then only you can speak fluently, as well as you have good command. You will get good command on that language, and the public and uh, the listener will listen you if you have good command on grammar also. So that's most important thing.
Listen you, listen to you.
Listen to you.
So that's exactly the grammar we are
Can you
doing.
repeat it?
Sorry? Oh boy.
Hello,
Did I lose
hello.
you? Where are you? Come back.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. But the network bandwidth is, I think, that is low. So that's why
Uh,
uh,
doing
for
bad.
for few minutes I turn off my camera because bandwidth is low.
Okay, well, you should try to turn on the camera. There you go. Fantastic. Boy, what will life be without cameras? We do not know. We are camera people. But since I was born, there is a camera, and I'm pretty sure that's the same thing for you. So we were just
Yeah.
talking about prepositions there. Sorry, what were you saying? Listen to
Articles.
you is what I said, and you had
Yes.
said listen you, so that somebody else listen you. So you can see listen to you is
Right.
definitely required. But there was
Right.
a
Right.
question that was coming in your mind.
Yes. Yes. I was asking same. I haven't listened. I haven't got the word what you said. That's why I asked.
You said listen you.
Right.
Somebody wants to listen you. So we don't say that. We say listen to you.
Right. Right. Got it.
Okay?
Yes. Yes.
It's just the way we do it. And that is called preposition. In fact, that is your grammar today. Today, your grammar is about prepositions, and to is one of them. At, in, on, all these things, why, where they come, and why. That's exactly what we will look at it today.
Right.
Okay?
Yes.
So let's go ahead and look at that on screen right
Yes.
away. We can begin with to, at, in, on right now. Okay, so we have it on the screen. Where is it? Going to take time to come up on the screen. Sometimes okay, it is just checking on me. All right, there we are. Well, oh, okay. Sometimes systems do take a long time. So you have it on screen. Can you see?
Yes. Unit 20.
Yeah, unit 20. So there we go. And you can see what's the first word. That's the one you missed today.
Yes. To. At, on, in. Preposition.
Right, to,
Preposition.
yeah, to, at, on, and these are all prepositions, or you can also call them prepositions in pronunciation wise. We can call them anyways. So these are prepositions. Okay, wait a minute. My mouse is currently not in a position to respond. Wireless technology is, like that. Okay, so don't worry about that mouse. Today we don't have the mouse, I think. So look at it and read that first line, to, at, in, on, in, right?
Yes.
And then there are two pics over there that you can see, right?
Right.
What is written right beneath the first pic?
Station. To. Can you come to the station?
Right. There's a question there, and there is an important to there. Now, if the to is missing, can you come the station? That is not the way we speak. Although
Right.
it is partly understood, is also like a partly, you can say, slang of uneducated people or people who do not know English. They can end
Right.
up speaking like that, but it is incorrect, and it's totally WhatsApp shortcut language, totally unacceptable. Okay, read the one under the railway station. Okay,
He is waiting at the station for you.
right. He is waiting at the station for you. Okay, and
To. After verbs of motion. Go, come, run, walk, swim, return, fly, drive, ride, carry, etc. So motion. So two is before, two is after, carry after the verbs of motion.
read it.
I am going to the concert. The truck will carry it to the docks. The plane flew to Kolkata. You must come to our party tonight. She traveled to New York yesterday.
Yeah, so look at these two part where it says after verbs of motion. Like I said, and like you made that mistake, listen is also telling you something that is happening. Some action is happening with listen. And when you say
Right,
listen you, after listen, the to is required because there is an action there, some sort of action or some sort of motion. That's what they're trying to imply. Will require you to put to after it. So can you listen to him? You would require to there. You can't say can you listen him, which is exactly what how you were talking. In the same way, all of these are required. After go, after come, after run, these are all actions that are happening. Some of them are motions that are happening, lots of them. In fact, all of them are motions in this particular case. They're teaching you only about motion right now. So you're going to put to. But I would say you remember it as even action,
right.
any action. Listening is also an action. So you want to make sure that listen to you is said, not listen you. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we'll focus on this one. Can you read me the at part?
At before a point on a map or a temporary location or use of desk, window, etc.
Okay, so what does this mean?
The before point before a point on a map, temporary location, at a window, at a desk, something location related.
Right. So they're saying before, well, our screen disappeared and it's coming back. They're saying before a point on any map or a temporary location or the use of a desk, window, etc. So many other things, you would put at, at. He's waiting at the station for you. He's waiting at the window. He's waiting at the desk for you. He's uh, pointing at a map, or he's gone at a Shimla station and waiting for you, something like that. So on all of those situations, at is required, just like the line above, right?
Right.
So you're gonna read me these lines just to verify that. Read it now.
There is a bank at the end of the street. Please turn left at the traffic signal. I am at the mall right now. I am having fun at a party now. She is at her desk.
Right. So you can see in all of these, at is required. Okay.
Right.
Having fun at the party. So that is required. Again, for another way to remember is any type of action that is taking place where you want to have a specific position is being described where you are, then you want to put at in front of it.
Right.
Okay. Now we go on to the next part, which is this one. Can you read me what says here?
The pain is in the box. The lizard.
Now we're learning in, right?
Right. Right.
Anything that is inside, like the picture is showing, then you want to see, you will only put the line as this, right? Can you
Right.
say for this picture, can you say the pen is at the box?
No.
Yes or no?
No.
No, absolutely not. Okay. First of all, the pen does not move on its own. The pen has to be moved by somebody. So we cannot say the pen is at the box. We'll have to put it inside the box. And we have to specify whether it is inside or on or below or underneath it or side by it or in front of it or at the back of it. these kind of the words. Clear?
Clear.
Right now we're talking about in. So this is in is also a preposition. It is often misused by a lot of people who are not familiar with the English language, but we don't make that mistake. So we don't require anybody making that mistake, and it's really terrible. Can you imagine somebody saying that I'm going in a bike? How do you go in a bike? Can you imagine that?
Right. Yes.
So now imagine somebody saying the next one, which we will be doing just now. Somebody saying that we are going on the car. Do you think that is right? We are going on the car. Do you think
No.
that is right? Yes or no?
No, there is text in a car, no? In a
In the car. On
no.
the bike is right and in the car is right. You do not sit in the bike. You do sit in the car. You do not sit on the car unless, of course, you are actually talking about sitting on the car. Then you can say, like we were just sitting on the car to pass our time. That's a different statement. Do you understand? So the prepositions must be perfectly used. Now read me the in part over here.
In for location inside areas or enclosed space like cars, elevator, chartered plane, etc.
Right. So all these places you will use in. Read the example lines.
Taj Mahal is in Agra. The multiplex is in the mall. My sister lives in Brazil. He is in the library, in the park, etc. We are in a taxi. Please wait for us. The managing director is in the board room.
Okay. Now also read this one.
The lizard is on the wall and the spider is on the ceiling.
Yeah. So both of them are on. You do not say in the wall or at the wall. Totally wrong. Okay. Here, read this.
On shows contact with line or surface or use of animal or public transport. The apple is on the table. Nita is standing on the balcony. The room number is on the door. The planner is on the desk. She is on a train to New Delhi. Columbus come to America on a ship.
Came. That's came, not come.
Right. Columbus
Okay.
came to
Let's look at some more examples of prepositions. So read this one.
arrive in place where people live, village, city, country.
Right. So when we're talking about arrive in, we use it for any village, city, or country. That's what they're trying to say. Example line.
They arrived in Mumbai last week.
Okay. Next one.
Arrive at place where people go. Airport, mall, work hotel.
Okay. Read the line.
They arrived at the Mumbai Central Railway Station today.
Notice the difference between these two statements and how the preposition changed from in to at when around it is almost the same thing, right?
Right.
Okay. Go on, then move to the next one. We also say get to, or the focus is on to, where to use to. Read this.
Get to a place. What time did you get to Mumbai?
Yeah, we always put to in that kind of questions. So, what does it say here?
We don't say to home, arrive in home, no prepositions.
Yeah, what are they trying to say in this line?
Can say that don't say to or in for home.
So you don't have to say to or in for home as is mentioned in these lines over here. Read this line.
He has left for the day. He went home early.
Read also this.
Not went to home.
Yeah, so please notice in this one, he went to home early is not mentioned. He went home early. That's it. Okay.
Yes.
So that's what they're trying to tell you. When we're talking about home, we don't use that. When I got home, they surprised me with a cake. We don't say when I got to home. Okay. That's like a student who is under training and is not sure where to put to will put to here. But somebody who is well developed language will not put to here. Clear?
Here.
You read this line.
When I got home, they surprised me with the cake. Not
Right.
go to home.
Yeah. And this one,
When I arrived home, they surprised me with a cake. Not arrived
yeah.
in home.
Both cases, there is no preposition.
Right.
Home, that's what they are telling you. Preposition is not required.
Yes.
Okay, because it's a straightforward, simple way of saying when I got home, when I arrived home. Even for other places, like when I arrived there, when I arrived. But when you talk about any other city, like when I arrived at Mumbai, then at will come. See how I'm speaking now? When I
Yes.
arrived at Mumbai, they surprised me with a cake. Same line I'm focusing on. Okay. When
Yes.
I arrived at Shimla, they surprised me with a cake. When I arrived home, they surprised me with a cake. And when I arrived there, they surprised me with a cake. When I arrived at there is incorrect. Just like where we when we do not put it with when I arrived there, we also do not put it for when I arrived here, and we do not put it for when I arrived home. Clear?
Clear.
Hope that will be clear to you sooner or later. Okay, I got exercise on you. Lots of picks in this one. So make sure you do look at this. Then we have other prepositions. These are very important. Prepositions are like very important. Make sure you get them all right, because one preposition up and down wrong, then it's wrong. And next time we're going to continue with prepositions. So we may not have time to come back and look at these ones. So I want you to get the whole exercise right. Will you do that?
Yes.
Right. Right. So that's it. So tell me, what did you learn in grammar?
I learned prepositions, where to use to, add, on, in, and that is important. Need to use these prepositions at proper positions, and that will help to form a proper sentence.
Let's say that yes, we can use grammar correctly in everyday English.
Yes, we can use grammar correctly in everyday English.
Let's move on to our last part today, which is going to be the free flow talk. We did that much earlier. Um, so in this one, we're going to be talking like friends, not like all the other different things. You know, friends don't correct each other. So everything is allowed. So tell me, or guess and tell me, why should we do free flow talk?
We should do free flow talk to if you want to speak in English, your thought you need to think in English also. So as, as many as free flow talk you will do, the the chances are the more chances are create to think in English, and that flow you will get that flow, will get that fluency in English, and the more more you practice free flow talk, more you'll get uh, for vocabulary fluency and all these things to enhance your speaking quality.
Why do you keep your camera up on screen up to shoulder level? Right, so let's begin. We're not going to have any topic on this one, so let's just talk about anything. What do you think we should talk about?
Should talk about uh,
Anything. We can just start
anything.
talking. Yeah.
Uh, so
What is most interesting to you? Is it economy? It is the rich people or the poor people? What do you think? Talk about
okay,
this.
okay. So
Latest mobiles can be anything.
so yes. Uh, we will talk about technology and its impact on
Oh,
day-to-day
that's very
life.
interesting. That's very interesting. Hey, you go ahead, speak.
So technology. Technology develop. Technology has more impact on our life from last hundreds. If you talk about thousands of years, then technology has evolved so many folds, and nowadays we are at we are at certain stage that technology is at. Wait, can you give me 2 minutes? Someone at my door. And
Just turn off your camera.
hello.
Okay, continue from where you were.
So technology. So nowadays technology has a more impact on our day-to-day life, and it's. I think it's in some part of life it's important, such as healthcare sector and the life expectancy rate that also increased due to technology. But in certain way, the mobiles and the hardware, software related stuff, and the home accessories, they make us lazy, and because of that, there are so many health issues are also occurred due to technology, and we need to. I think we need to use proper. We need to do proper balance of technology in our day-to-day life, and have that will that is we are now on that point. We need to think about technology, and if we not making any life balance, any technological life balancing act, then it will hamper our uh, health, social life, health issues will there. And so much, if uh, if any hate speech or anything happens at some location, then WhatsApp and the technology will share will the communication and technology will share those moment in certain time, and the whole city can be in whole city we can see rights in whole city because of some hate speeches and all. And due to technology, this can spread within a moment. So I think we need to think on this thing, and great powers come with great responsibilities, and technologies like that only. What do you think about that?
There is no doubt about that, that it impacts our life tremendously. And as you said, that we have a responsibility towards it. We must use it correctly. But I think that's a standard thing with pretty much everything. Everything in my life, I believe, has advantages and disadvantages. We can even misuse a car. We can even misuse a horse. We can run it over somebody and kill somebody with it accidentally or whatever. So everything has disadvantages, which we do need to worry about the pros and cons, but at the same time, we need to embrace all these things, let it be a part of our life. So it's been a great talk today, but we don't have much time. I'm going to stop right
Right.
here. So you're going to tell me, how did you feel in this free flow talk?
I feel great. I learned a lot today, and
Do you
it will
believe
help me.
your friends and other people freely like this?
Previously, I don't have that much of confidence, but now from last 15 days, from last 17 days, I'm hearing my voice. Before that, I never used to hear my voice, and from the 15 16 days journey, I'm listening my voice, and suddenly I can correct, and I am able to correct myself. So that the positive thing happened with me, and I think next few days I'll manage more things, and that will help me in future.
Hey, that's great. We will talk about this overall performance in the upcoming week. Okay.
Yes, yes,
So
yes, sure.
I'll see you on Monday now, right? Yeah, any
Yes.
questions?
No, I don't have any questions.
Okay, good. Then I'll see you on Monday. Okay. Take
Okay,
care.
thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
Take it.
Bye.
Bye bye.